Hey there guys, back with another black and white OU match. This one's actually going to be versus by someone who goes the name of Delightfully Absurd. We're just going to start this off. You see my team has changed a bit. It's a lot more stally than I've expected, but just going to see how that goes. There's actually going to be a link to this of another video of probably my longest Wi-Fi match I've ever had, totaling up to 87 turns. So if you want to watch that, I guess, might narrate, I might not. I'm not exactly sure at this point because I haven't done it yet. So I'm just going to lead off Tyranitar, go straight for superpower. He's expecting me to go for rocks, being that Tyranitar usually carries rocks as a lead. So I'm just going to hit him with a superpower. He actually knows that I'm either choiced by some sort, and he's just going to take this advantage to basically hurt me. So he's going to go for a trick on my Jirachi. It's not too bad, but I won't be able to outspeed too many of his faster threats, just because I don't have too many speed EVs in Jirachi itself, even though its base speed is decent. Okay, so here I'm going to go for an Iron Head. I didn't expect him to switch. I really didn't think about it. So he's going to switch into Steelix. This is probably going to be the stallier portion of this match because I really can't get around this thing physically. I'm going to have to take it down specially, and the best shot at taking it down specially is basically Scalds from my Jellicent. So I'm just going to start setting up hazards right here. He's going to phase me out. Doesn't really miss Dragon Tail in this match, unfortunately for me. So I'm going to send in Jellicent. This is okay because even though his sturdy is back up, he's actually going to switch out, and I'm going to go straight for a taunt because I didn't want him to go for anything that might hurt me. Or even though he might switch, I might switch in a counter that can't really do anything other than support moves. Most likely something sort of Ferrothornish, but being that he doesn't have that, I really don't know why. So here he's going to go for an energy ball. This basically kind of tells me that he is actually not carrying a shadow ball. I should have basically remembered that later in the match because it will cost me one more Pokemon than I really should have thought for. So I'm going to go back into Skarmory. This is going to be my good opportunity to set up another layer of spikes. Basically, as I am able to rack this up, I can hurt him more. And he doesn't carry a spinner, and the best he's able to do is basically set up Stealth Rock. So I'm set there. I'm not going to want to attack it yet, just based on the fact that I can't do too much to it. So here I'm going to go for a Crunch, and I was expecting him to switch into Gengar, so he's actually going to go for a Gyro Ball. It's not going to do too much because Tyranitar's base speed is also low as well, and this Steelix is most likely not invested into attack, so I'm going to switch into Skarmory. Once more, he's actually going to go for an Earthquake, knowing that it hit me harder than a Gyro Ball. I'm pretty sure he must be min speed, IVs and all, I should say. But I'm going to set up another layer of spikes. This is going to be my third layer. Don't have to set up any more. And as soon as I can Dragon Tail, or roar this, or Whirlwind, I should say, this thing out, I'll be okay. So he's going to send Latias. This is CM, Calm Mind, I should say. Plus Roar, Latias is going to have, like, Recover. And Dragon Pulse as its main attack. So I'm going to worry here. No, he's probably going to want a Dragon Tail. And he's actually going to send in Hitmonlee. This one's a bit of a weird Hitmonlee. I've actually never seen a Hitmonlee before. In OU, I should say. So, he's going to go for a Fake Out. This is going to be normal gen boosted, and this means it's going to hurt me quite a bit more than it would have, but it doesn't do much at all because I do have a ton of defensive EVs, making it a bit of a pseudo-Reinecklace. But he's actually going to go for a Stone Edge next turn, knowing that he's going to be faster because he most likely has Unburden. But I'm just going to go for a Calm Mind right here, knowing he can't do too much at all to me. And I'm just going to recover next turn, basically get off all the damage. And unless he gets a crit here, that's the only way he'll be able to KO me. So I'm actually going to take that very nicely. Just going to survive at 69 HP, going to go for a recover, and I'm going to be at quite a bit of health. I'm going to cover this next turn just to make sure I'm at a good standing to basically take down a bit more of his team. So I'm going to send in Steelix right here. Don't exactly know why, but he's going to try to hit me with more. He must have like a bit of attack, but he knows Latias is a fast Pokemon, so about 210 power coming off that Gyro Ball. That also considers in its stab. So he's going to go for a Gyro Ball here. It's going to do about a little more than the Stone Edge, if even. So I'm going to roar out, and he's actually going to go into his Gengar. This is not a really good thing because he has Shadow Ball, and he does get stab on it. This is not something I want to actually have to phase against, but I'm going to see if I could take one, and I'm actually going to go for a Dragon Pulse instead of a Recover, which does seem to cost me because a Calm Mind, I could have probably stalled him out with Calm Minds and Recovers. So This basically means that I'm not going to be able to win here. I'm going to have to send in Latias against the Steelix most likely, and I'm basically going to have to recover up, save my Latias for later, and try to get a late game sweep or something. So he's going to go for another Shadow Ball right here, and he's actually going to get a special offense. No, he's actually sorry. So that leaves me in a decent position because I do outspeed now thanks to his trick, and I'm going to be able to KO with Ice Punch. The reason I went for Ice Punch right here is because if he did want to save his Pokemon for some reason, I can hit the Steelix for neutral, possibly get an Ice or a Freeze or some sort. And I know he's probably going to just go for a Dragon Tail expecting my switch or something, and here I get a lucky switch and I go straight into Latias, and I do not want to roar here at any cost, so I'm just going to recover up knowing that his Dragon Tail at best is going to have 120 power. So that automatically means that I'll be in a much better position than him. But he's going to go for another Dragon Tail. That's going to do a small amount, being that I am very defensively EV'd, and I'll be fine. So here I'm going to get my Jirachi switched in. This is going to be a bit annoying being switched out all the time. So I'm just going to go for Ice Punch. Hope I get the freeze, and I do. So this means I'm going to be able to basically play around a bit with my Latias, get more health, do whatever I need to. And so I'm going to switch straight into Latias this turn, knowing he's probably going to be kept frozen. And I'm going to just recover up, knowing he can't do much other than Dragon Tail me out or something of the sort. So I'm actually just going to recover. I don't feel the need to start Calm Minding because there's no use if he can actually just roar me out or Dragon Tail me, I should say. So he's actually going to go for a Dragon Ball and not try to basically Dragon Tail me out, and that's okay because I do get to stay in. I do get to do a bit more damage, and I'm just going to recover up. Basically, it's quite a bit stally at this point, so he's going to go for a Dragon Tail this turn. This is going to do quite a small amount, about 15% or so. So here, this is going to be my perfect opportunity to take him out, being that I am banded. Probably think some Scarf or something, but actually no, he doesn't. He must know I'm banded. But Superpower will actually be able to take Steelix out from that range, being that Bandit does quite pack a lot of power. So he's going to send in his Cradilly. This thing is going to cause problems because I really don't know what to do against this. I didn't even know it had the ability Suction Cups. So he's actually going to start cursing at this point. This is not something I really wanted to see because if I can't actually phase it out, I have really a few ways of taking it out. So my best opportunity is to try to phase it out here because I didn't know at the time that I actually couldn't phase Cradilly because I didn't know it had the ability Suction Cups, I should say, sorry. So that's actually going to leave me with a wasted turn. I can't do anything against this. So I'm going to have to actually send in a Pokemon that can do something. So I'm going to send in Heatran, hoping I can probably hit on the special side a bit better, even though I'm not especially EV'd. That actually is going to bite me in the butt right here, showing you how little it actually does, my Flamethrower. I did choose Flamethrower over Lava Plume just because I like the extra power, and once I send it in against Volcarona, I'm most likely going to be able to do a bit more. So here he's going to go for Rock Slide. That's going to do barely half after three boosts. So this kind of shows me that I can't do much. But here I'm going to go into Jirachi, knowing he's probably going to either want to attack again or Curse Up, and he's actually going to choose to Curse Up. This is where I'm going to play my luck card, and I'm just going to keep going for Iron Heads, hoping I get the flinch or a crit. Either a crit would really be helpful at this point, knowing that I would be able to take him out, and basically just end his possible sweep right here. So I'm going to go for another Iron Head. That actually is not doing too much at all, but it is short damage. So here I'm just going to keep going for him. I'm just going to try to get him as low as possible, hopefully get a crit along the way, and I actually do get a lot of flinches. This is a very low chance that I do get as many flinches as I do believe, in a row. So this is about the 5th, 4th, I'm not exactly sure, but he's starting to try to recover at this point, knowing that hopefully he'd be able to live a few more and get a recover off, but I'm actually going to get a crit, and that's going to take him out, and that basically leaves me the game in the bag at this point, because he's going to go for a Fake Out. That's not going to do much, because it isn't even boosted at this point, and he also already gave up his Unburden by switching out a while ago, so I'm going to be able to outpace him with the Scarf, and I'm going to be able to KO with an Iron Head. Unfortunately, even with the Scarf, I do not outpace the Alakazam he carries, so it would probably mean it's timid, so I'm going to send in Jellicent, knowing he has the Energy Ball, but I can take one. And I kind of want to see if he actually would go for a Shadow Ball. But unfortunately, he does not show me if he has Shadow Ball or not. But I'm gonna have to assume that he doesn't. He actually tells me in the chat that he doesn't have Shadow Ball, so that basically means he gets walled by my Latias. So that's basically a good game at this point. I'm just gonna send him my Latias and KO him with a few Dragon Pulses. So it's a good game here. Comment, like, and subscribe, you guys. I'm just going to let this finish up. And I'll probably leave a link below of the longest Wi-Fi match I've ever had. I'm going to speed it up like 4 times, and it's still going to be like 20 minutes, I swear. So, see you later. I'll upload a few more matches. My DS is actually broken, so if I don't get a few matches up, it's probably, that's why. So it's not my actual DS, it's my R4. So, yeah.